Welcome back to another Mind the Mic podcast. I'm your host, Shubs, back with another banger. Here with a guy that I've actually followed for a few years and really enjoy a lot of his takes on a lot of things. So I thought it'd be cool to sit down with the bloke. Actually, a little bit of an inspiration for myself, to be honest. The brother RJ Wilson, what's good, cuz?
Hey, brother. Nice to finally be on here. And,
Finally.
have a yarn with you. You've been at me for a couple of months and been a little bit humbug with things coming up.
Busy man, brother. I understand. Busy man.
Good to be on here.
Yeah, 100, brother. For anybody that is not sure of who you are, can you give us a little synopsis for the people, brother? Even take us way back if you want to.
I'm just a dad, bro. I'm just a dad. You know, I post a lot about my my journeys as a father and as a businessman and as a man. Really, you know, I've raised 5 boys. All my boys are in their 20s. My oldest being 25 and my youngest being 19. But yeah, it's basically me, man. I like to post up stuff that inspires other fathers around the motu, you know, other Māori men. Like yourself, brother. Been a father yourself, and you know,
yeah, definitely, brother. Can relate. They definitely have inspired me, brother. A lot of your whakaros, a lot of your thoughts, and for sure, even trying to apply some of it to my own life.
Yeah. It's always it's a learning. It's a long journey.
100.
I don't think you can ever say you're the perfect parent, but you know, even now with my youngest babies, I'm still learning. You know, lots to learn. You learn something every day with them, mate.
So you got 5 boys, and what you got more?
I got 2 girls. Yeah, I got 2 girls. Yeah, my 2 babies are 13 and 10. But all the rest of my kids are all big and grown up and moved out. Yeah.
Cool, brother. Cool being part of that journey, though, eh? Sowing those seeds.
Yeah, it is, brother. It is very much so.
Beautiful. Where did RJ Wilson come from, though, brother? Where were you born? Where were you raised?
Boy, yeah, I had a pretty rough upbringing. You know, grew up in poverty, rough life, gangs, drugs, violence, but managed to steer my way out of there. Found some good role models as a young fella, you know, and stuck to them. Learned how to mahi through them, and worked my way out of it, basically. Knowing that I had to be a role model for the little eyes that are looking up at me, you know. So that's what I'm still striving to do.
So were you from Hams? You from were you born in Waikato?
Yeah, born in Hamilton, brother. Lived over in Aussie for a little bit, over in Brizzy, and worked in the mines.
Oh, Brizzy.
Brizzy, yeah. Did the mine thing there for 4 or 5 years. They moved home because your family's getting a little bit older. You know, you kind of want to stay close as they get older.
So were you over doing the solo ones in Brizzy and that?
Yeah, no, I moved over with my family, and I did a FIFO stint over in New Caledonia. So fly out from Brizzy to Noumea.
What was the mahi in Noumea over there?
I was doing a little bit of composite engineering in the nickel mines over there.
Okay.
So I was helping reline all the acid holding tanks in the nickel mines in Goro. So I did that for a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of everything, really.
Yeah, the nickel mines. What was one of your biggest takeaways from working in New Caledonia?
Probably being away from the kids, but that's probably the hardest thing, you know.
Yeah.
I think you can only sort of do that for a little while because I think you start to miss out on too much at home. You know, you watch your kids grow up through photos and stuff like that, and wasn't for me.
More of a single man's game, me. More of a single man without kids game.
Yeah, very much so. But so you know, I did my stint, made my money, and came home promptly.
Yeah. Oh, you had your plan though. That's the thing too, because obviously WA big. You know, there's this FIFO Central here, WA. You know, a lot of brothers obviously come and fill up the wallet. But then if they don't have a plan, obviously you had a plan, so that's good, brother. That's a good thing to have. Got in, got out. Because I know got plenty of cousins here that are struggling because they've gone and try to keep up with the Joneses and live the pay packet that they have, brother. And then
money's not everything, Money's not everything. You can't rewind time. You can't get those years back if you miss out on them with your children in particular. I found that out pretty quick, so I decided to throw the towel in there and come home and spend time with the babies.
Nah, beautiful, brother. You're talking about growing up in the Waikato and gangs and stuff. Were you a bit of a mobster or wannabe or nearly, or what was the go there?
Well, my family is very, very mob orientated. So my uncles and my mum, they were orphans. So my mum lost her parents when she was 9. And all her brothers pretty much started in the mob in the 70s. And so our family is very mob orientated. So, but I managed to steer myself away from that and do something else,
How did you, brother? Because the calling probably was pretty big. It's probably a big calling, being so.
Yeah, it was very big. I think I was the only male at the time, anyway, to steer away from that.
Oh wow!
So it was pretty hard. But once I had my firstborn, I decided I didn't want to go to jail. I wanted to be around for that, and just do something a little different because I'd seen it all. I grew up around it. I saw what that life could provide me with, and I also saw an alternative. Because like I said, I bumped into a couple of role models that steered me in a better direction and let me see other options. Not just the gang life option. So so I stopped doing all that naughty stuff. I think I was 18.
Yeah.
And head down, bum up for a good 20 odd years.
No, cool, brother. What were these role models doing at the time? The ones that steered you in the right direction?
Sports coaches. Rugby coach, basketball coach, a couple of teachers, and some men that I worked alongside. So I picked up my first job. I think I was 16 or 17. They taught me how to mahi.
Yeah.
And work hard, for what I wanted. If I wanted a role within that company, I needed to outperform everybody. So I focused on that. Just learned how to mahi basically, and then I've been mahiing my whole life. And nice. and also teaching my boys those same values, which I think is important. Not only to do it for yourself, but those people behind you that carry the baton when you pass it up to keep stepping up. And get better than what you are. I think a good measure of a man's success is to see his children do better than he done.
That's beautiful, brother. I can relate to a lot of that. With a lot of turmoil as well. But even as an adult, being in Australia, I chose a lot of the wrong paths. But it was my son being on way. He's 7 years old now, but him being on the way sort of made me wake up a bit to be like, I don't want to be in this world anymore. And fortunately, I got out early because a lot of the boys that I was around, went and did big legs. I'm still away for a long time now, so getting out of their life, brother. So I can relate for sure. And and like I said, seeing someone like you, I seen you share little captions on some of your stories in there about some of the upbringing, and not too detailed, but. And I thought, that makes sense why I think I resonate with you a lot and what you speak on as a father and just the journey. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty inspirational, brother. And I think that just the world needs more people like yourself shining those lights, brother, and speaking on those things. It's good, and I'll try to myself in my own little way too.
Well, I think a lot of those learnings that I picked up along the way, being a young father, being a young Māori father, and coming from a struggle as well. And when I look around the neighborhoods that I grew up in, there's a lot of Māori men that are going through the same thing. So if I can provide in some way, some shape or form, some sort of role model, the same thing I had when I was in that position, then I'm more than happy to, because I was fortunate enough to run into those types of men. So I think it's only fair that I give back, if I can.
Yeah. No, cool, brother. You've shared a bit of we were a bit of a rapper back in the days too, cuz. So
I did a little bit of hip hop. I think a lot of the boys that grew up in the ghettos, it was their music was their outlet. Yeah. So I grew up in the same neighborhood, went to school, Catchfire, Logan and Jordan Bell. I grew up alongside Four Corners. I started hip hop.
The boys.
I started hip hop with Hoipa Morgan from Four Corners. So we just, that was our thing, cruise around the neighborhood, doing a bit of hip hop. So it runs deep.
Yeah, definitely, and a lot of your content has a lot of the dope hip hop songs in it too, which I think a lot of people enjoy as well as the message. I think a lot of the music is very Who would be your top 5 MCs of all time?
Oh, that's a tough one, brother. That's a tough one. So there's so many. But the classics. I think I grew up listening to Tupac, Biggie, Snoop, Dre, NWA, Easy, the stuff of the '90s, Chris Cross, all that type of stuff. I don't think I'll be able to pick a top 5. There's a pretty long list. And hip hop it's only like one genre, because also rock music, reggae.
Oh yeah, you're into the old. Let's go across all genres then. Give us a top 5. Give us top 5 from all genres for today. That's relative to today. It could change tomorrow.
I think musically, I think Bob Marley would probably be number 1.
Oof, that's me too, brother. 100 top.
Rolling Stones will be up there.
What's the track?
Eagles.
What's the track when you're like you feel like a bit of Rolling Stones vibe? What track do you go to?
Oh, do they have a bad track? Wild Horses. Eagles.
There's 3. Give me 2 more.
All the classic stuff. Fleetwood Mac.
Oh yeah.
Ray Charles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you could rearrange them depending on the mood,
That's right, brother. That's a pretty flavoursome bunch, that one, brother.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, yeah.
Ray Charles. Yeah, hard. I don't mind all those jams too. Just growing up, I think even being Māori, growing up around the parties and that, you got like the nanny and koro's jams, and then you got like aunties and uncles jams, mums, and then all the jams that you and your boys fucking figure out as you go to. I don't know. That's how I felt about it. Just talking to different Māori boys around from all over the place. Like, fuck, we all into like. All different jams, like you see, very eclectic, and the music catalog. There's a plethora of genres that we're all into that we can listen to. Yeah, cool, brother. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Do you still write at all? No, not really.
Yeah, I still write. Not so much music, but I do a lot of writing.
Quotes.
Just I write, whether it be stories. My children write too. My youngest girl is a bit of an author. She likes to write and paint, so I try to join in with her. She gives us little books and stuff, and it's kind of our thing. I've always been a writer. The only reason I think I did hip hop is because I couldn't sing. And so the next best thing, was to just bust some rhymes,
Bust some rhymes.
If I could have sung it, I would have. But unfortunately, my mum wouldn't let me sing too loud. She banged the shower door down. She heard me singing. So.
You and your mum very close, eh? You and your mum?
Yes. I was also close with my father. He passed away a few years ago, but they ain't here long. So any time that I get to spend with them, I make sure it's quality. But that's with all my family. But my mum in particular,
Your mum and dad, are they both Maori? And then is there a sprinkle of Indian in there too? Something.
So my grandmother on my mother's side, so they passed away when she was 9.
Yes, often.
She was part Indian, and her father was part Irish. And
do you know much about that whakapapa, brother? Like the Indian side?
No, not really.
You ever been?
No, not yet. One day.
One day, cuz.
Maybe when I get rid of my last 2 babies, I'll.
Well, then be a bit more freedom, then, eh?
Yeah. Maybe I'll do a little tiki tour over there then.
For sure, and hopefully get the whakapapa down pack. You go back to where the ancestors, where the tupunas come from, eh?
Yeah, that'd be nice, eh?
Yeah, 100%, brother. Yeah, I just speaking on the 2 babies. Are you? Did you? They live with you, or you and mum still together? You don't have to share if you don't want to.
Oh no, me and Mumsy separated a couple of years ago, but the children bounce back and forth. Pretty, wherever they want to go, they go. There's too many barriers keeping them in between us, which is great. It's great to have.
Was it always easy how it is now? Or I know that can be a difficult thing sometimes with brothers and partners and ex-partners.
Fortunately, I never experienced that. It's always been pretty open. I mean, she's a good mother. I'm a good father, and our children deserve the best of both worlds. So we try to allow that, because at the end of the day, it's all about them.
Yeah,
really, innit? Yeah.
If anybody else having any difficulty in that space, do you have any advice for them, like with that sort of thing, on how to navigate that?
Yeah, it's a hard one because I think everybody's situation is a little different. I think it depends on the relationship that you have with your ex-spouse or even current spouse. So hard to know. But what I do know is that the children are around for a long time. They become adults and they eventually see all the bullshit, so it pays not to be a dick, because they'll find out about it one day. If you are a dick, they'll find out about it one day. So keep your nose clean, keep your chin up, and what goes around comes around, eh?
No, beautiful, brother. Thanks for that. You spoke about painting, brother. You thought it but you are a painter, decorator. How does that come about, brother? Or has it always been on the cards? Did you paint as a young fella?
No, I never painted before. It was just something that I picked up. My trade kind of fell over, so I'm a marine engineer, composite engineer by trade, which I applied in building boats. I've built boats for a good 25 years, maybe, America's Cup boats and super yachts and things like that. But
did you build any of that, like cracked it up there, or they raced up there, or any of those ones?
Yeah, like built a few race boats.
Like one ran in the America's Cup in there?
Not the actual race boats, but I did build all the America's Cup support boats over the however many regattas they had over those years. I think I built them all. I built a couple of boats. I think I built one that holds the record. It might still hold the record for circumnavigating New Zealand, and the one that holds the record from Auckland to Sydney. Long career in that. But when the recession happened, I think it was 2008. People stopped buying boats. So I applied my trade over in the mines. For a few years. Came back and tried to do something else. Picked up painting. It's pretty easy. Started a business, and the rest is history. Really, still doing it. It's easy money. Easy work.
What's the bizzo called again, brother?
RJR Decorators. It's a little family business that we're running here with just me and my sons. It pays
you
the
fellas
bills.
pumping it out too, eh? Pumping out the mahi though. Like you fellas see there plenty of mahi on from your stories anyway.
Yeah, have done over the last 5 years. I mean, things have slowed down now. With the possible incoming recession. But we're hanging in there and making ends meet. Yeah,
that's the way, cuz too much. Just on the whole America's Cup thing, do you think it's just outrageous the money that gets spent on that outcast compared to like where it could go from the government?
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, really. There's some big money players in that game. I know it brings in a lot of tourism, and it provided a lot of work over those years. Because we're probably the best boat builders in the world. I think we still are, along with sailors. And I mean, the government made a call to invest in that. Whether it's the right or wrong thing to do, I'm unsure. Not really my call. I do know that it provided me with a fairly good career. But yeah, I know there's a lot of people around the world too that probably disagree with the amount of funding that the America's Cup got.
Yeah, but when you speak on that, brother, the fact that brought a lot of jobs, not just the tourism but the jobs as well.
100%.
It's hard to argue if giving your people a earn as well.
Yeah. Well, I worked alongside hundreds, if not thousands, of people that had previously not worked, or had any experience in that industry at all. So we had a lot of people come through those doors when I was working here in Hamilton and in Auckland. So, from what I saw, always a good thing.
Yeah.
What's the key to making the best boat?
Oh, a good design. A good design. Good materials, obviously.
Yeah.
And I guess it depends on what sort of boat you're trying to build. Is it a fishing one? Is it a racing one? Is it leisure craft?
Let's go the racing ones because that's sort of what you were making the most. Was it? Is that right? Or?
Yeah, I made a good handful of racing boats. I made jet sprinters and all types of boats over my years. The materials are important, nice and light. Obviously, if it's a racing one. We use a lot of carbon fibers and Kevlar, and it all comes down to the design. And New Zealand boat designers are the best in the world, So we definitely had that down packed.
How long would it take us to make one of the like a race boat, like the support boats that you make? Whatever.
So once the plugs and the molds were built, we pump out a 40-footer in a month. To make those molds and plugs could take up to 2 years to design. To design it, to work out its kinks and falls and stuff like that. But once you got that all down packed, it's about a month.
Did you play a part in that as well in doing the molds and all that too?
Yeah, they were constantly in development over the years. I mean, how long did we hold the America's Cup here for? I think it's nearly 20 years. So we're always developing new boats, and our main market was export. So I think of 80% of the boats that we built went offshore.
I mean, that's 80% of it. I think wouldn't it be the same for most of the things that are produced back home going offshore?
Oh, possibly.
half the battle way with the, What do you think the catalyst is for that? Because like the rise in food costs, because I like compare it to here and then going back over there, I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like what you're paying out here, you know what I mean? For like kite and stuff like that.
It's pretty bad, eh? It's pretty bad at the moment.
Yeah, but holy Rick. It's crazy, especially when we're like when we're a mass producer of food, like you know what I mean? Like we've food to feed the masses.
Not only that, they're also making it hard to grow your own food here.
They're doing that everywhere, cause they do that here too. You can't walk around and find no fruit on no trees anymore. Like just those random ones. Ain't no way. They spray the fuck out of that shit.
Things like farmers markets and stuff like that, they've cranked down on that, so you can't shoot up to the markets and fill your trolley up with veggies and stuff like that. That stuff's kind of gone. She's a changing world, as you know.
Cause fucking dodgy, fucking dodgy. Want us to eat fucking insects. Get out of here.
Nah, she's pretty bad, brother. She's pretty bad.
Because I think that's where I first seen you during those times, but then like a lot of your thoughts, I was like, let's go, brother. The boy's on. Like, you know, the boy's still doing his mahi, but like, what was that period like going through the vid and that through like the lockdowns and all that back home for you guys, which are being a business owner and all that stuff?
Well, I mean, at the start, I think I was quite naive and believed everything I saw on TV. But, you know, it didn't take me long to figure it out.
Was there a moment you remember like, nah, that's bullshit? Like, or...
Yeah, there was. It was when I got my second shot. And then I realized it was full of shit. So I decided to go and get that done first before anybody in my family got it done. And then I was affected by that second shot. So from then on, so from my left leg below the knee went numb for about 3 months.
Holy
which I posted quite a lot about. I was quite fucked off about it. And I went down and joined the protests down in Wellington. I spoke up about it. I saw my kids, friends and family all affected by it because they wouldn't go get the V. And so, yeah, I mean, the least I could do was speak up about it, which I did quite vocally. Lost a lot of friends, you know.
Yeah, me too. I don't give a fuck either. Fuck.
Those types of friends I didn't need anyway. So, you know, but I stuck up. I stuck up for my family.
Yeah, no, me too, brother. I think it's just the right to be able to fucking choose, brother. To tell you, like, you know, the guilt trips of doom that happened in that time was just crazy. I never got any, brother, at all. I didn't even wear a mask ever. But I was sort of but early in the whole thing, because like you know, I'd been down these rabbit holes for a long time, and even when the what was it, like the swines and the H1N1s, when they try to peddle stuff out back then, like I was deep in those forums back then. But then mine was just seeing the markets too, and how a lot of them were pushing for people to buy as much like Boeing stock and all these airplane stocks as they could, and it was just crazy because it was like, why are they like encouraging everyone to do this? And then, you know, this is in 2019, you know, October, right around when that I don't know if you know that their meeting that they had at Johns Hopkins University that was funded by the WEF and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. But it was just a pandemic simulation. Exactly everything that they did was, you know, about shutting down the internet, like, you know, calling it all disinformation if it was against the narrative, shutting down bank accounts, which obviously Canada did for sure. You know what I mean? All those kinds of things. They floated all those ideas in 2019 October, and I seen the video of it like the week after it came out. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then just looking, being, you know, into the old markets and that, and then looking at like people just pumping up airlines, and then next minute all these CEOs are quitting like everywhere, and then all the, you know, they're telling everyone airlines are, you know, go buy heaps of airline stock. Next minute, what's the thing that don't work for a whole year or 2 years? Is fucking airlines. People went and bought up shit, then they dumped their stock. I was like, wow, what is this? And then next minute March and everything's locked down. So yeah, and then for me, it was the same, cause like just standing up for our kids, for our freedom to just choose whether or not we want to fucking have it. Hey, I'm not no scientist. I ain't claiming to be one, but you know what I mean. I also had a show for a bit there too on my old Instagram, but I got banned, bro, like heavy. And I said have like heaps of people. I've like had like some of those scientists from states on there, but I don't even know how I fell into that too. I just kept going live, and then people would come in, and I just joined them in and they'd talk, and then had one of like old Auntie Donald Trump's fucking advisors come on and give their spiels and shit. It was a crazy time, man. And like you said, I lost a lot of friends myself too. But are they real friends? Yeah.
Well, yeah. In hindsight, I think it was good to shed people like that. I know I shed quite a few. Didn't need them, you know. I stood staunchly by what I believed, and also what happened to me. I mean,
yeah, well, like you actually have lived proof, brother, of it too. You know, not just going off for someone like me who didn't even get it, brother. Like you just decided, like, nah, for whatever reason. Like you actually ran the ball and got it, and then we're my way from it, cuz.
Yeah, some crazy shit. I mean, I visited. I think I went to the doctors 3 times because because I'd just gone and done a 10K run the day before I collapsed, you know, and I think the first doctor told me, he said, "Oh, you're just getting old." I said, "Mate, you know, fuck, I'm only 40. It's not old."
It's not old,
I shouldn't be hobbling, you know, from nothing at 40. But it took good 3 months for the numbness to go away, and really a couple of years for the effects in the lower part of my leg to go away. And it's only recently, really, that it's kind of really disappeared. Fortunately, you know.
Oh, that's good, brother. It's probably because you look after yourself too, because like
that's a big part of it. I think, that's a big part of it. I think, you know.
Have you always, because I think you see Fred as you weren't always as elite as you were fitness wise before, eh?
Well, no. She's a roller coaster, brother. She's a roller coaster. You know that you get bucked off that horse often. You know when things happen in your life and you go down wrong roads and make poor decisions. You know everybody does it. But you know you got to check yourself too. You know, and pull your head up your ass and stop sulking and get stuck in. You know. Because no one else is going to do it for you. You know? It's
was it because were you quite big a while ago too, brother? Like were you quite were overweight a while back?
Yeah, I think when I was 32, I think I was up to 130 kilos.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty beastly. But mind you, how tall are you, cuz?
I'm 6'3", but that's still pretty big for me. Yeah. So I just fucking head down, bum up, and run it off. You know, I think I lost like 20 kilos in 2 months. That was just running morning, night. Just told myself that I could, you know, and just did it. And even recently, you know, I had a little battle with myself. Yeah, had a little battle with myself a couple of months ago. You know, where I felt like I was being controlled by other influences like alcohol and stuff like that. Where I couldn't say no. I had a little episode where I was thinking, fuck, you know, who's in control, you or your beer? You know? So I decided to punish myself for that and did 43 days straight, as you would have seen on my reel the other day, of climbing up that 40. That frickin' maunga. Which was a
hill
really
or
good,
Hakarimata.
Yeah, it's a really good journey.
I was living in Ngaruahi when I was little too, brother.
Yeah. Oh, you'd know. She's
brother.
She's humbling those days. She humbles you.
Good on you, because it's 43 days straight there. What's that like? Getting to like, you know, what was there a place in that 43 days straight of, you know, every day getting up that hill, up that hill and back? Was there a day where was the part where you're like, was there a part, or was there no parts where you're like, fuck, I don't want to do it today?
I think every part. I remember getting to 3, thinking, what the fuck
3?
have I done?
Dude, like I've broadcasted this too. What have I
what the fuck have I done? I got to 10, you know, and I don't think the pain, because it was sore, you know, every day was sore. So I invested in an ice bath and I was icing every day.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah, I think I got to like 25 maybe, and I got quite sick. I got the flu.
Yes, I remember.
And I still got up there. That night was horrible because I got down and I had an ice bath before I went. Got down and I was too cold to change on my way home, so I started shivering, and my fingers started going numb. So I was on the brink of hypothermia, probably.
Yeah, probably might have been there, cuz.
But you know, I fucking sucked it up, warmed myself up, and got up the next day. Yeah, just kept going. Slayed some demons on that journey, definitely. Which I think it was all about, and a lot of the men that joined me as well. I think we're on the same journey, because we're kōrero on the way up there, you know, and everybody's going through something, and what a better place to talk about it, you know, with other men that some of them have been there. You know, their businesses are struggling, their relationships are struggling, there's things going on in their life. And I think when you go up there and slay some demons, you can't help but find a solution, you know, for any of those problems that you're going through. Because I certainly did, you know, I found a lot of solutions in a lot of the things that I'm going through at the moment. So I think it's a healthy healthy outlet for a lot of men. That
Was
joined
day
me.
43 the easiest or nah?
Nah, that was a hard one. It was quite sad, actually. Yeah, it was quite sad. But I've been going up again. Just haven't broadcast it, but I'm still going up.
True. Like, have you not stopped? Oh, yeah.
No, I haven't stopped. I'm
weapon.
doing it. Yeah.
Let's go. Day 1,000 on way.
I don't know if I'll get that far, but you know, it's healthy. It's a healthy habit. What I did find is you end up revolving your days and your weeks around that. So any things that may come up, you know, the boys might flick your message and come out for a beer, you know, come out for fucking a whiskey, and knowing in the back of your mind that you can't because you've got to get up tomorrow, and you're accountable for the other men that are meeting you there.
Yeah.
Also,
oh, you got a crew now. That are still rolling with you up there.
Yeah. Good handful of other men that come up. So, you know, you want to show up for them too. Make sure you're there. Back up.
Oh, well, Kazi, when I get back to home, hopefully this year, I'll hit you up for let's go up the Maunga, cuz. Lead the way, Kazi. Let's go.
100%.
Let's go. Let's have a yarn.
100%.
Nah, man. So what's the biggest takeaway from the whole 43 up the Hucks?
Knowing that I can, you know, knowing that I can do what I say I'm going to do. I mean, I know that anyway. But it's good. It's good to show yourself that you still can do it. You know. So yeah, I previously only ever been up once, and I fucking hated it.
Oh, really? Ever?
Yeah, ever. And I hated it. My memories of it were horrible. So I like to do things repeatedly if I hate it until I love it. That's just how I roll. When I learn,
quote, brother, hey, you gotta do what you hate, but do it like you love it, baby.
Yeah.
I love that, bro.
Yeah, which you know I do. I used to hate running, but I run myself until I loved it, until I was good at it. And same as that fucking Maunga, you know. I just keep doing it till I'm good at it, and I think I'm pretty good at it now.
Yeah, that's on, brother. Straight up, when I see, you know, because you see, and I've seen heaps of cousins, you know, give it a not the Hucks, but just something like day one of whatever, but to see the bros crack it, like, yeah, mean, like, you know, I seen heaps of cousins, even myself, brother, I've started things and then, yeah, you know what I mean, you know, but then I've seen started things and just keep going too, so, you know, it's in us, we can do it. We all have the, you know, what we can achieve is only limited by the scope of our ambition, and you know, first is the dream, and then the next is to do it. Yeah, how much you fucking want it, brother? You know, 100%.
You want it bad enough, you know, you can do anything. But I'm a firm believer on trying your best to do something hard every day.
You know,
learn
what was
something.
today?
45, I think.
45.
Yeah.
45. It's hard, cuz 45.
Yep.
Hey.
And the pouring rain after Mahi. So, you know, and knowing that I've got to get back here, drink a couple of beers, and corridor with you straight after.
Yeah. Let's go. No, that's it. So, has there been other days where that wasn't the hard, or not yet? You know,
well, I challenge myself to learn. You know, learn something. I think that's what's the key to staying young.
Yeah,
is to keep learning something. And I think a good way to do that is to learn something every year. So me doing that was a new experience. I'm also learning how to ride a motorbike. I purchased myself a little bike at the start of this year. I've avoided it my whole life out of fear of hurting myself.
Oh, really?
For my babies, but now that I'm a bit older now, a little bit more wiser and more cautious, this was the year that I chose to purchase myself a bike and learn how to ride. And I just want to, pretty good. No hiccups yet, so you know, touch wood.
Touch wood, cuz
yeah, things going well.
it's probably smart too
Yeah.
that you, like you said, you chose the when you're a bit more, you know, a bit more sharper between the ears to get one, and not so chasing the thrill. Yeah.
Nah, I think if I'd have got one in my 20s or 30s, I probably would have done something silly on it. But you know, I got a lot to lose now, so I'm very cautious.
Yeah.
But
Any
yeah,
mokos yet, brother?
No,
carry on.
not yet.
No,
Not yet.
On way soon, though.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think could be.
Could be. That's going to
Fingers
be an
crossed, but
interesting. It's going to be the next podcast, cuz mokos. What that's like.
Yeah, could be. Let's hope so.
Yeah, 100%. What are your thoughts on the things going on over in the Middle East? You got any thoughts on that you want to share?
Boy, Palestine.
Yeah, brother. Bro, this is
Palestine.
on this platform, cuz we can say whatever the fuck we want, brother. So, you know, I don't give a fuck, bro. At the end of the day, if it offends somebody, or they should just turn it off.
Yeah, pretty hard to watch conflicts like that, eh? Very hard to watch. You know, I know. There's two sides to the story.
But I mean, two sides to the story. But when one side's just getting destroyed and like the babies, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, two sides to a story, cuz but like.
I think the bullshit in one side of the story is starting to show its ugly face. I think they're having a hard time covering it up now. Yeah, the world's much more clever and informed than what they were 20 years ago. You know.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easy to see what's been happening there is a genocide. You know, and pretty hard to watch. Pretty hard to watch. You know. You see that sort of shit happening, and you can't help but come home and hug and appreciate what you have, you know, because seeing how the world can change just like that, horrendous times really.
Yeah, I think people don't realize, like, obviously we have our own demons, our own struggles, our own traumas, our own stuff that goes on in our neighborhoods, and that. When you see shit like that, you just gotta be. It's hard not to be grateful. But like you say, we gotta literally be getting blown up, or you know what I mean. Gonna not have a fucking house, or all babies, bro. Like
sometimes it pays to just switch the technology off, and look at what you do have.
I reckon,
and appreciate that. I think time slows down when you do something like that, and stop watching out there and more. Watching what's happening, in your own garden.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I can't because I get a lot of why don't you post up that? Like, yeah, I could, but like, fuck me. To be honest, like every day, gee, like I don't want to look at it anymore because like it's not that like it's just you are what you eat, cuz and like as sad as it is. I can't fucking do anything. You know what I mean? Like, and at the same time, I gotta live my, we still gotta like exist. Even to be honest, cause the whole, freedom movement and all of that stuff, I had to like break away from a lot of that stuff too, cause a lot of my homies around there too were just like, but like too rabbit holey, like they ain't even breathing air, cuz you know what I mean? You still gotta live. Hey, you can have all these thoughts that the governments, this and that, straw man, whatever, but if you don't still get up and live and keep, you still got kids to live for, family to live, yourself to fucking live for, like, bro, you can't just fucking give up, G. You know what I mean?
Fuck. Yeah. Live in your moments, I think appreciate what you have around you. It's like I said, if you look out there too much, you miss what's happening right in front of you. You know? And fuck, there's a lot to miss when you have a look. In your own whare, your own children. What they're digesting. Because you have a big influence on what they digest and what they see the world as.
Yeah, well, pretty much most of it comes from, especially if they spend most of their time with you. You influence all of that, because you can influence it in a bad way or a good way.
Yeah, exactly.
The choice is up to you. Before I get out of here, because I just want to ask a couple of questions, if that's all right, a couple of quick ones.
More than welcome.
All right, then, Cuzzy. If you could only have one meal for the rest of your life, what do you choose?
Oh, probably pizza.
Pizza, yeah. There seems to
Pizza.
be a theme a little bit lately. Seems
Okay.
to have changed it. What pizza? What flavor are we going?
Oh, meat. Probably meat lovers, my bro. You know.
Yeah, the meat lovers. Is there a special place that you want the pizza from? Like this from this little.
I like to
or
make
your
my
own.
own pizza. I think I
Yeah.
make a pretty good pizza. Yeah.
Oh, sounds good, cuz. I'll bring the ingredients on. We'll try this pizza of yours. Then. That's
Sounds
us.
good.
Yeah.
Sounds
Well,
good.
mean. If you could have one piece of advice for fathers out there that are raising children, raising young men, what piece of advice would you give them?
Don't let them grow up too fast. Yeah, don't let them grow up too fast. Let them be children. Let them have fun. You know, let them believe in shit like Peter Pan and fucking tooth fairies and shit like that. Don't let them grow up too fast. Yeah.
Why do you think that's
Childhood.
important, cuz?
Because childhood is really important, and for them to have an imagination, and to have that imagination as long as they possibly can, you know. I think it's really healthy for children. And join them in their imaginations, you know. Join them. Yeah, because I still do.
It's scary, brother. I like that. Let them be children. Join them in their imagination. Interesting, brother. If you could have one superpower, what do you choose and why?
These are all the questions my children ask me.
Yeah, let's go. As you can tell, I'm still a kid. Get it hard, brother. Get it hard.
Time travel.
Yeah. And where would you go back to?
Wow. Yeah. Go back and visit my my past loved ones, probably first and foremost.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of words that have been unspoken. They probably should have been spoken. Probably one of my first things I'd want to do.
I like that. What about to a period in time? If you could go to a period in time, not loved ones related, where would you go to?
Well, as far back as I could, probably.
Oh yeah. See if Adam and Eve really were eating apples, eh?
Yeah. As far back as I could, and you know, see how accurate our known history is.
Is it? Or was it his story?
Yeah, that's exactly. And have a look for myself. What was on this planet? What was on this planet centuries ago? Could be different from what we're told. Eh?
Yeah, I'm sure it fucking will be. Yes, I'm fucking sure it will be. They talk about media and that, you know. Some of these old ass books is the old school media of their day.
Yeah.
Hey, but then there's also some moral scaffolding you can take out of them too, I guess. If there was a letter, an envelope, sorry, on your desk in front of you, your table, with your date and time of death, would you open it?
Probably not.
Why is that?
Because why would I want to know that? Eh?
Oh yeah.
Why would I want to know that? I mean,
just live, eh?
Yeah. I don't know. Carrying the anxiety of what's going to happen in the future, I think would be probably change how you live. And I don't think I'd want that. So probably not.
No, well said, brother.
I'd like it to be a surprise. Eh?
If you're gonna have dinner with 5 famous, we'll go famous because obviously we're gonna choose our loved ones. Famous people from all time, whether it's alive or dead. Who do you go? Who do you sit down with and have a yarn?
Oh. Bob Marley.
Bob, yeah, Uncle Bob.
Yeah, I think it'd be Uncle Bob. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, Jesus. You're gonna check him? Oh yeah, check the bro Jesus on.
Yeah.
See if he's a real bloke, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you seen have you seen those the correlation between his story and Horus of ancient Egypt?
No, I haven't.
Bro, crazy. Like, it's like, are they actually the same dude? Like, even down to like, I can't remember which way it goes, but like one of them's from the house of bread and one of them's from the place of bread. One's called the way. Oh, I think it's Jesus' way, the truth, the life, and Horus was known as the way, the life. So many like crazy shit. It's like, are they the same dude? I don't know. I looked into, I was like, oh, I wonder if they're the same dude, just retold. Who knows? But anyway, carry on.
I'll have a look into that.
Yeah, brother.
Number three. Shoot, Michael Jordan.
Oh, MJ. Is it? Oh, is it? Yeah, MJ. Are you MJ or LeBron?
MJ all day.
MJ.
all day.
All day.
I watched basketball right through the 90s, and
do you still today watch a bit of b-ball or?
Not as much as I used to. I mean, I played a lot of basketball in the 90s. That was my game.
Who did you try and were you trying to be MJ or like 6'3"? So like, but then 6'3" in New Zealand, like you could still be like a power forward or something, I guess.
Yeah, I played centre forward right through my school years. So I looked up Shaq, Hakarimata.
But how the dream? Do you got those dream moves though? You got the dream shake.
My pretty good hook shot. Still do.
Yeah. How good was Dream, brother? Dream underrated.
Oh, I modelled a lot of my moves off Hakeem Olajuwon. So, yeah.
Here's some low key. Here's some low key fucking post moves. David Robinson was all good too.
Yeah.
I love basketball too, brother. I wasn't really a player. I just been a fan all my life, brother. Try to name all my kids after basketball players. Got one of them. yeah, MJ. Anyway, sorry for that. MJ. Yeah.
Jeez.
Bob Marley, Jesus, MJ, and we got two more to have dinner with and have a yarn.
Probably Tupac and Biggie.
Ooh, Tupac and Biggie together.
Yeah, man.
Would you sit down with them individually or as a collective, them two?
Oh, as a collective. Wouldn't that be great, eh?
100.
That'd be great. Yeah.
What would you ask them if you could ask them one question?
Oh man, on the spot.
On the spot, cousin. I'm off the cuff always, my brother.
I don't think I'd ever. I'm a listener.
Oh yeah, just have a listen to the yarns.
Yeah. I think that'll be such a great experience. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Well, if you could take a soundtrack, there would be a song. Sorry, for your life, there would be like the song to your life out of all those musicians you chose. Your top 5. What song would you choose?
Soundtrack to my life. Oh man, you got the tough questions, eh, brother?
Sorry, guys.
Because
I was just music, brother. I just tap into it. Yeah, and the life is very colourful.
So yeah, very colourful. It'd be hard to put down one song soundtrack to my life. Different periods, But off the top of my head, it wouldn't be any of those artists. It'd probably be a Dire Straits song.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Probably Romeo and Juliet. There
we go. Finally, last one, my brother. Give us RJ. Are you 43 now or 20? You 43 now or 20?
43 now, turning 44 this year.
All right. Well, 53 RJ Wilson. What's life like in your mind right now as you sit here?
And hopefully as healthy as I am now. My children happy, richer, business going well, possibly another 2 or 3 businesses going as well. Seeing hopefully the economy's better by then. Alive and happy and healthy. I think that's where I want to be.
I love it, man. Time's the most valuable commodity we have as human beings, Cuzzy. So thank you for sharing your time with us. 100%. And anybody that listens to this for a long time, hopefully somebody takes something from it. I definitely did, Cuz, and I'll let you know some of those things later for sure. I look forward to climbing up the hucks with you and huffing and puffing all the way to the top while you laugh.
I look forward to that, my bro.
That's going to be us, Cuz, and then I'll come around and have a pizza with you if that's on the cards.
Sounds good.
All right, brother. Ngami. Thank you. Make sure you follow the brother RJ. What's the socials, cuz?
Just RJR Wilson.
RJR Wilson, fam. Give him a follow on Instagram and TikTok too, eh? And
Yep. I'm on the TikTok as well.
yeah, not on the OnlyFans on there. No OnlyFans. Thank you so much for watching this full episode of Mind the Mic. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to create these episodes. So to know that you've watched and listened to the entire thing means the world to myself and all our hosts. If you could, before you leave, please hit the subscribe button and share this episode out to as many people as possible. It would help us so much. Thank you again to everybody that's still here, still watching. Thank you for all your comments, all your shares, all the DMs. Appreciate you all. Make sure you follow us on every platform. Have an awesome morning. Have an awesome night, depending on where you are in the world. Mind the mic out.
Oi, have you hit the link in bio yet?
Watch full episodes on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all streaming platforms.